Hello everyone, it's Rebecca E. Parsons, and we are back today with a fun background for our book of notes as we journal the Word. We are going to do a fun little abstract background today, I think. Let's hope. We're going to try it. I'm going to show you how to use your brushes as inspiration and use them for this process. We're going to be using our watercolors. I'm still into watercolors this week, and we're going to be using some of these lovely colored pencils by Tombow. I love them especially because they tell you whether they are vivid or dark or dull or pale colors. I love that. So I've had these for many years, so we're going to try those out. And I was inspired today by a video Creation Cece made on YouTube where she did some little houses, and she's not feeling well, so I hope she's feeling better. And I was also inspired by this Tombow folder for, I don't know how to pronounce the word, or I would do it, Aerogetin. That's the name of the pencils, but anyway, I'm going to skip that. But I was inspired by those two things this morning. So I've got this new pack of brushes from Folk Art, and I need to tell you, I am an ambassador for Folk Art, so they do provide me with a lot of wonderful things to do my art and my videos with. So I thank you for that. And I want to talk about when you open a new package of brushes. For those of you who may not know, they are pretty stiff when you first get them, and there's a reason for that. They put a little protective thing on there to keep the bristles safe in the package. So the best thing to do is just put them in some water and rub them against a cloth or even your hand. It's also a good idea for a new brush just to rub it pretty, not lightly, but rub it pretty hard against your palm, and any loose hairs will come out that way. So let me go ahead and remove that little protective coating from these two brushes, and we will get started. We're going to use the shape and the size of the brush to make our little spots or backgrounds. We're going to make little squares and rectangles today, and we're going to let the brush do the work. And I hope you'll enjoy this. So we're just going to have a few different colors here, and it's just going to be totally random. Just going to dip this in some water and activate some of my paint in here. Of course, as always, I love teals and blues. So let's get in here and make my watercolors juicy. And these are just inexpensive watercolors that I picked up at some big box store. I think it was Target, to tell you the truth. So these are just the kind of watercolors that you can find anywhere. And of course, you can use any kind of colored pencil that you have, even the kids. So don't let that limit you from diving in here and playing with me, okay? So I'm just going to come in, and I'm just going to make a few little marks like that. That's the brush size. That's all I'm going to do. Just let the brush do its thing. And this paper has not been coated. I want this to be, I want this to soak in. So, of course, watercolor paper is the best thing to use when you're using watercolors. But for now, we're going to be using this. And I am just going to make a few random spots. Different sizes. And we can go this way if we want. That's another thing we can do. And since I like odd numbers, I'm probably going to make one more. Where am I going to go? Don't overthink it. I always overthink. I have a real tendency to overthink things. So I'm trying to loosen up and lighten up as we go on with our little project here. But I don't always do that, so some of you may have to remind me, Rebecca, lighten up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to come in and get those colors with this smaller brush. This is a 1-inch. And I'm going to make a couple of spots with it. Make a longer, skinnier one. Okay, that's pretty good. Clean my brush off and set it aside. And let's just make a little one here. Just kind of a little. So it's very, very random. And see how the brush is doing the work. This is totally by the brush size. Okay, I think that's enough with the teal for now. I hope I've got my paper. Let me double check that it's on camera. So let me come back in here. This is my 3/4 inch. And I am going to get some purpley light color in here. And again, I'm going to test it out on a little card to make sure that I am getting the right color I need. And that's pretty good. I'd like it. That's good. That's going to give me some contrast, so I'm just going to go with that. And there I have made a mess already. I tend to do that. Okay, so I'm going to let this brush make the size. And come in here and again, just letting the brush decide where it's going to go. And we can overlap some of these. Definitely we can overlap some. And that's good because watercolors are translucent, transparent. So that's pretty good. Let me get my inch brush. Go back into the same color. And maybe do just a square kind of like there. And just let the things happen. If there's some that gathers on the edge, that's cool. We like that. Bring one out like that. And I think that's good. I'm loving the tonations. Let me make a smaller squares with purple. Let me make, I'm going to make a longer one right in here. And this is a 1/2 inch brush. And I think that's good. We can always come back and add some more if we want to later. So let me dive into what should we do now. Those are both cool. Let's dive into some orangish color. How about that? Let's bring some warmth into this little painting here. Okay, here we go. That's a pretty big one. Okay, just make a little skinnier one there. And let's overlap some here. How about that? Now see, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this with your kids. You can do this with older people. This is something that everyone can do. And it's going to be cute. It is not hard to make this happen. Okay, let me come back with my tiny one and just put a couple of tiny spots of orange around. Where do I want some tiny? See how the brush is just making that happen? I don't have to worry about it or overthink it or anything. The brush is making this happen. Okay, so there we go. Now I think we probably need some pink. So let's get in here in this pink color. Let me make sure that I like it. Yeah, that's a pretty nice pink. I'm also using some colors I haven't actually gone into before, so that's pretty good. Because you want variations of shades. You want some darker, you want some lighter, you want some robust. So let me come in here and just see if this pink will cooperate. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. This is fun. I am having fun with this. I probably need some more water, Rebecca. This is just fun, letting things happen. This is kind of reminding me of a retro look for some reason. And I'm certainly liking that. Okay, let's see what we can do down here. And where the colors meet, they create other colors. So that's fun. I'm going to make just a little dab like that right there of the pink. And maybe down in here. Just make another little one. I hope you all are keeping up and having fun with this. And then I'm going to come in and get this color, this 3/4 inch. And those are all 3/4 inch, so I don't want to do that. But maybe just make a little square there. Okay, what do I need? What do I need? I probably need another bigger one in a bigger color. I've got the teal and I've got an orange big one. I don't have a purple big or a pink. Let me get some more water in there. Okay, I'm just going to do a little one in there. Doesn't have to be a big purple one. Maybe I'm going to elongate that one a little bit. Messy Mama. Okay, I think that's pretty cool for right now. I am going to allow this to dry for a few seconds so that we can carry on with our pencils. And these are a vivid tone, so I thought that would work nicely in here. So let me come in with a purple, and I'm going to work, of course, I'm going to work in opposing tones, I think. And I'm just going to, just bear with me as I just draw a little circle here and there. Let me find a pink one. And the blue one, maybe I'll do this so it overlaps both. And anybody can, these don't have to be perfect circles. Just move your pencil around in a circular motion. So I've got one on blue, I've got one on yellow, I've got one on pink. Okay, let's try this here. Okay, how are you liking that? I think that's pretty darn cool. I say that a lot, don't I? I guess I'm fascinated with myself. Okay, let's see where we're going to go now. Let's see if this works down in here. Big circle, big blocks. And that gives us some wonderful contrasting tones where it overlaps with the purple and the teal. Let me go right in the middle of that one. And come over here and do this edge. So, seriously, children can do this just as well as adults. Okay, let me get my red pencil out here to go with the pink. Let me check that. There we go. I don't think I've ever used the red one, so it was fighting with me this morning. All right, let's come in here. And maybe come in this and overlap these two. Ah, that's beautiful. I'm loving that. So purple, orange, pink. We need some on a teal. So how about down in here? Let me do a bigger one. I haven't done a whole lot of bigger ones. So anybody can do this. Let me try yellow. I'm not sure yellow is going to show up on top of any of my... Oh, yes, it does. Look how cool that is, guys. It shows up on my purple, so it should show up on other places. Cool. I'm loving it. So let me go right in here. I'm tearing up my paper. It must still be wet. Let me go up in this area. That gave me a little bit. See if it works on teal. And maybe pink. Might not. It works a little bit. So I think we're good. What do I need? Do you see anything else I need? I think I'm liking that just like that. I think I'm going to leave it alone before I spoil it. You know me, and you know how easily I can spoil things. But I think that's pretty good. I'm loving it. I hope you are loving it. Let me lift it up here so you can see it fully. And that's very abstract, very retro, very much fun. And it was all the work was done by the brushes, other than me thinking about where I was going to put things. So that's what you need to understand is brushes are magic. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of color. Don't be afraid of mixing color. That's how you learn. And that's really what our journal is for, is to work out all of these backgrounds and work out your processes. So have fun with this today. Just get into your studio today, do your reading with your journal the word, and then come in and make some color blocks, some retro color blocks with your brushes and watercolors. May joy be with you all.